There are people in America right now making six figures, good money, real money, who are one missed paycheck away from a crisis. No emergency fund, maxed out credit cards, zero savings. But their Instagram? Immaculate. Their car? Gorgeous. Their bag? Designer. So the question is, are you actually wealthy? Or are you just earning enough to look wealthy? Because those are two very, very different things. And today, we're finding out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wealth Nation, the show where we talk real money, real strategies, and zero fluff. I'm your host, and today is a special one. Because I brought someone in who I've known for years. She's my friend, she's smart, she's got a great job, but y'all, we need to have a serious conversation. Rose, welcome to the show.
Okay, wait. Why do I feel like I'm being set up right now?
Ha! You're not being set up. I'm doing this because I care about you. That's it.
Sure. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Rose.
So, Rose, real quick before we start, tell the audience a little about yourself. Job, lifestyle, all that.
Yeah, so I'm a marketing manager. I make pretty good money. I live in a nice apartment. I drive a cute car. I travel when I can. I feel like I'm doing well, you know?
Mm-hmm. And how much did you save last month?
I mean, it was a rough month.
Rose.
Nothing. I saved nothing.
And the month before?
Okay, where is this going?
That's exactly where this is going. People, today we are talking about the 10 signs that someone is fake rich. And Rose is going to help me break every single one of them down, because she's living a few of them. With love, Rose. With love.
I already regret agreeing to this.
All right, so before we jump into the list, let me explain why this topic matters. In America right now, we have a massive fake wealth epidemic. People are out here looking rich on the outside and falling apart on the inside financially. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. Personal savings rates are near rock bottom. And social media is making it all worse because everyone is performing a lifestyle they literally cannot afford.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. But what's wrong with enjoying your money? You work hard, you should enjoy it.
And that's exactly the mindset I want to address. Nobody's saying don't enjoy your money. The question is, are you building anything while you're enjoying it? There's a massive difference between spending because you can and spending because you want people to think you can. One is freedom. The other is a trap.
Okay, yeah. I hear that.
So we're going through 10 real signs. Some of these will hit close to home, for both of us. Let's get into it. The first sign, the logo flex. Buying entry-level luxury just for the brand name. Buying the cheapest version of a luxury brand, not because you love it, but purely for the logo. The $350 Gucci belt. The base model Louis Vuitton keychain. The entry-level designer bag when you can't cover your rent without stress.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. My bag is an investment.
Rose, how much was your bag?
It was on sale.
How much?
$3,800.
And what is in your savings account right now?
We don't need to talk about that.
That's the point. You spent nearly $4,000 on a bag for the name on it, while your savings account is basically empty. That is textbook sign number 1. You're not buying a product, you're buying a signal. You want people to look at you and think, she's got money.
Is that so bad, though? Everyone does that.
That's exactly why everyone is broke, Rose. Real wealth doesn't need to announce itself. When you're truly financially secure, you don't need a logo to prove it. The bag is fine, but not when your emergency fund is zero. The second sign, always talking about money. Constantly bringing up what things cost or what you make. Always talking about money. Always mentioning what you paid for something, what your salary is, what your rent is. Dropping prices into every conversation.
Okay, I do not do that.
Rose, Last Tuesday, you told our whole friend group, unprompted, that your new boots cost $450.
I was giving context.
Context for what? We were talking about dinner reservations.
Okay, fine. Maybe I do that a little.
Here's the thing, and I'm not dragging you, I'm explaining the psychology. When someone constantly announces what things cost, it's because they're seeking validation. They want people to think highly of them. But real financial confidence is quiet. You know what genuinely wealthy people talk about? Investments, tax strategy, opportunities, not price tags.
So what should I do? Never mention prices?
Check your motivation. Are you sharing because it's relevant? Or are you sharing because you want someone to be impressed? That's the honest question. Sign 3. Your bag costs more than your bank balance. A single item costs more than your entire savings. And we already kind of covered this, but let's go deeper. When a single non-essential item in your possession costs more than your total savings, that is a flashing red warning light.
Okay, but I'm working on my savings. Like it's a process.
What's the process?
I'm going to start next month.
Rose, you have said that since 2023.
Okay, wow.
I'm serious. Here's the rule, and this is for everyone watching. If you cannot cover 3 months of expenses without touching debt or asking someone for help, you cannot afford luxury items. Period. That's not me being harsh. That's just math. The bag does not care about your future. Your emergency fund does.
So you're saying I should have never bought it?
I'm saying buy it after you've built your foundation, after your emergency fund is solid, after you're investing consistently. Then, go crazy. Buy the bag. But right now, in this season, the bag came before the foundation. And that's the fake rich trap.
That's actually a really fair way to put it.
4 sign is the one-upper. Always topping someone else's story or purchase. The one-upper. Someone says they went to a nice restaurant, they went to a nicer one. Someone got a new phone, they already have the newest model. Someone's planning a vacation, they've already been there, twice, and preferred the private villa.
Okay, I know people exactly like this. It's so annoying.
Do you though? Or are you one of them?
I'm absolutely not a one-upper.
When Jamie said she got a raise last month, what did you say?
I said, I was also getting a performance review and I was probably going to get a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see it now. That was not cute.
One-upping is insecurity wearing a costume. When you're genuinely confident, financially and personally, you don't need to compete. You can just celebrate other people's wins without making it about you. The people focused on real wealth building, they don't have time to one-up you. They're busy watching their net worth grow. Sign 5. Social media flexing. Only seeming wealthy online. The highlight real life. And this is the big one in 2025. Living a wealthy life online that doesn't exist offline. The perfect brunch photos, the luxury hotel stories, the first-class upgrades. Posted for the audience, not because you actually live that way.
Okay, I take good pictures. That's not a crime.
Rose, how much did that spontaneous weekend trip to Miami cost you?
It was a really good deal.
How much?
$2,200. But the content was amazing.
You put it on your credit card that you haven't paid off to post 4 Instagram stories.
When you say it like that.
Here's what social media has done. It's created a generation of people performing wealth instead of building it. And the dangerous part? You start to believe your own performance. You start thinking you are that person in the photos. But the credit card statement tells a different story. The algorithm does not care about your financial future. You have to.
Okay, that one actually hurt. In a good way, I think.
The 6th sign. Leasing a luxury car for the image. Leasing an expensive car you can't really afford Leasing a car that's way above your budget purely because of how it looks pulling up.
My car is practical. It has great safety features.
What's your monthly payment?
$840.
And you take home what, around $5,000 a month after taxes?
Around there, yeah.
So almost 17% of your take-home is going to a car you don't own. At the end of the lease, what do you have?
Nothing. I hand it back.
Right. You paid over $30,000 to rent a car for 3 years. Here's the financial reality. Leasing is the most expensive way to drive. You are literally paying for the car's depreciation, the most expensive part, and building zero equity. You're renting status. And here's the kicker. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest humans alive, drove an old Cadillac for years. Real wealth doesn't need a car note to feel valid.
Okay, but I'm not Warren Buffett.
Nobody is, but his mindset is exactly why he is Warren Buffett. That's the point. Sign 7. Wearing counterfeit goods. Fake designer goods, pretending to be what you're not. And this one, Rose, you don't do, to your credit. But it's important. Wearing counterfeit designer goods. Fake Gucci, fake Louis, fake Rolex.
Oh yeah, I'd never. That's just... No.
Right. But let's talk about why people do it. Because it's the same root cause as everything else on this list. It's about wanting to be perceived as something you're not. And here's the thing. It's not just a style issue. It's an identity issue. Until you're comfortable with who you are financially, at whatever stage you're at, no logo, real or fake, will fill that gap.
So it's really a confidence thing.
Everything on this list is a confidence thing. Fake rich is just what insecurity looks like with a price tag on it.
Wow. Okay, that's quotable.
Sign 8. Get rich quick obsession. Always chasing the next shortcut instead of building. Constantly chasing get-rich-quick schemes. Crypto this week, drop shipping next week, flipping NFTs, some cousin's business opportunity. Always the next thing, never the actual work.
Okay, in my defense. Crypto was a legitimate investment strategy.
Rose, how much did you put into that coin your coworker told you about?
We don't.
How much?
$3,000. And it went to basically zero.
Because you weren't investing, you were gambling. There's a difference. Real wealth building is not exciting. It's boring. Max your 401k. Put money in a Roth IRA. Buy low-cost index funds. Increase your income. Stay consistent for decades. That's it. That is the actual playbook. The get-rich-quick crowd is trying to skip the discipline that real wealth requires, and 95% of them lose.
So slow and boring beats fast and exciting.
Every single time when it comes to building wealth. Compound interest is the most powerful force in personal finance, and it rewards patience, not speed. Sign 9. Judging other people's money. Being condescending about how others spend or save. Being condescending about other people's financial choices. Oh, you still drive that? You shop where? Looking down on people for being practical.
Okay, I don't do this.
You called your coworker's apartment very budget last week.
I said it was cozy.
You said very budget but cozy.
Okay, that wasn't kind.
Here's the irony. The people I know who judge others the most for being cheap are usually the ones with the least actual savings. It's projection. You feel insecure about your own financial situation, so you put others down to feel better. But the person driving the used Honda and eating at Chipotle, they might have $200,000 in investments. You never know. Real wealth is quiet, Rose. It doesn't need to talk down on anyone.
That's actually really humbling. I need to do better there.
The final sign. Overdoing everything. Too many logos, too much flash. Wealth whispers, money talks. Overdoing everything. Too many logos at once. 4 gold chains. Drowning in designer head to toe. An overwhelming amount of everything.
Okay, so now you're coming for my whole wardrobe.
I'm not coming for your wardrobe. I'm talking about a pattern. There's actually a concept called quiet luxury. It's what old money, truly wealthy families tend to look like. Subtle, clean, no logos screaming at you. And there's a reason for that. They don't need to prove anything to anyone.
So the louder the outfit, the more insecure the person.
Not always, but often. You've heard the phrase, money talks, wealth whispers. The person covered in logos is shouting for attention. The person in a simple, well-made outfit with a strong investment portfolio, they're not saying a word, and they don't need to.
Wow, that genuinely just shifted something for me.
That's why we're here. All right, Rose, we've been through all 10. Real question, how do you feel right now?
Honestly, a little called out, a lot self-aware, and kind of grateful, actually. Like nobody in my life has sat me down and said this stuff. Everyone just kind of lets you keep going.
That's what fake rich culture does. It's socially rewarded. People compliment the bag. They like the Instagram post. Nobody says, hey, what's your net worth, though? And that silence is expensive.
So, what do I actually do from here? Like practically?
3 things. Step 1, stop spending to impress people who do not pay your bills. Before every non-essential purchase, ask yourself, am I buying this because I genuinely want it or because of how it'll look? Be honest. Step 2, automate your savings before you ever touch your paycheck. Even $200 a month consistently invested, that's life-changing money over time. And step 3, shift your identity. Stop trying to look wealthy. Start trying to build wealthy. Those are 2 completely different journeys, and only one of them actually ends somewhere good.
Stop spending to impress. Automate savings. Shift identity. I'm writing that down.
Screenshot it. Post it. That's content worth posting.
Ha! Fair enough.
Rose, seriously though, thank you for being this open. I know it's not easy to sit here and go through all of this on camera.
Yeah, I'm sweating a little. But honestly, this is the conversation I needed. And if even one person watching relates to my story, good. You're not alone. We just gotta do better.
That's exactly it. And look, nobody's perfect. I've made some of these mistakes too. This isn't about shaming anyone. It's about awareness. Because you cannot fix what you refuse to see.
You cannot fix what you refuse to see. That's the quote of the episode.
All right, everybody. If this episode hit home for you, do me a favor. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below and tell me which sign you were most guilty of. Let's be honest with each other. That's how we actually grow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a Wealth Nation episode. We drop real talk every single week. No fluff, no fake energy, just the truth about money. I'm your host, she's Rose, and we'll see you next video.
Bye, everyone. And go check your savings account after this. Seriously.